Hello, guys. Welcome back to another episode of the Scaling Brokerage Podcast. Today, Reyes has been kind enough to bless us with some of his time, share with us some of his experiences in the real estate industry. So I'll kick it right off to Reyes. Let him tell us a little bit about himself and his business.
Hi everyone, and thank you for having me on your podcast. Yeah, a little background about myself. I'm in commercial real estate and in financing. We work with various businesses and business owners, and helping them with their business financing, their business needs, and also their real estate financing. So I work in both spectrums. Where I'm kind of like a one-stop shop, able to
Nice.
understand the real estate needs and the financing needs that it takes to get owners into buildings, or buyers into buildings, or helping sellers sell their buildings and understand, when the offers come in, understand the financing for the people that use financing, to be able to, get the deals closed.
Absolutely. Awesome. Awesome. And tell us a little bit about how did that start out when you got started in the industry, I should say. How did you kind of dive into both sides of commercial and residential there?
So I got started in 2004. 2004 was a very interesting year. It was kind of like the real estate boom and the finance boom. So when I first got into the business, I got into residential mortgages. So I did that, from 2004 to about mid 2006. That's kind of where this lender that was called New Century went bankrupt, and then that's kind of where the meltdown started. So at that time there's no financing happening, and I had to reinvent myself. And I had a client that had a bunch of notes, and ended up foreclosing on those, and then said, hey, what am I going to do with the real estate? And I already have my real estate license, so that's kind of how I transitioned to real estate. But from the financing, I used to read all the appraisals and do the underwriting. So it was a seamless transition. Just had to get more familiar with the disclosures and things that came on the real estate side.
Oh, nice, nice. Well, I know 08 was kind of a crazy year, with the crash and everything in real estate. So was that was when you got your feet set in real estate, was in that 2008 year?
Yeah. That's
Um,
when I got into real estate. Because like I said, financing was in a weird space.
yeah,
There's very little financing going down. We went from, stated loans to food doc, and that's when FHA made a comeback. So it was interesting times. A lot of people, jump ship. For me, real estate's the only thing that I've known since I was 19. So it was real hard to, go find a job, or, a lot of people went, and got a job and
yeah.
kind of got out of it. I kind of just stuck it out. And then honestly, it was a blessing in disguise, because I learned so much about, banks' behaviors and short sells, and the secondary market, and selling paper. So there's a lot of things that were very educational for me during that time.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. And I mean, I know I've heard some brokers talk about it now, being kind of one of the more tougher markets maybe since 2008, in the past couple of years here. But making those agents that come into the market now, maybe a little bit tougher than the ones that might have came in when real estate was booming and things were kind of just flying off the shelves, so to speak. So that it could definitely make for a stronger path to make for a much stronger agent, broker in the future, anything that where it takes us. But that's really awesome. I know that was definitely the toughest time in the last 2 decades that you could have got started in real estate. So it's awesome that you were able to work through that and still kind of see the light at the end of the tunnel there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome, awesome. Well, to dive in a little bit to the marketing and lead gen side, do you guys do anything to market yourself, market your business to agents, to potential clients, anything like that?
Look at the main marketing tool that we use is cold calling.
Oh yeah.
I know a lot of agents, they don't like doing it. There's a lot of advertising about, hey, cold calling is dead. But in all honesty, out here in California, and actually, I have a new trainee that he's 18 coming into the business. He's like, hey, all the people that own the buildings are old. You know what I mean? So, for the most part, postcards, but cold calling has been the number one key marketing tool that we use to get a hold of landlords and have conversations with them about their real estate portfolios.
Nice. So what about bringing on new agents? Do you guys use kind of similar method to outreach to like agents in the area?
In all honesty, we're kind of like a Navy SEAL team.
Nice.
It's very specialized who we let into our office. We're very team oriented, and this year, we're growing. Right now we have 5 agents in the office. We're growing to 8 by the end of this month. But they're seasoned agents. The agents that are coming in, they've been in the business for 8 years. Some specialize in multifamily, others specialize in industrial. So it's a transition to my team, and the added value that I have, that they see, the value in my brokerage is that me as a broker, I'm available for my agents. I'm available for questions. I get back to them the same day. I know sometimes one question can change the trajectory of a deal. So, I try to be as available for my agents as possible.
Awesome. Awesome. I love that. And I'm sure the agents love it too. Having someone to go to when they have any issues with their deals, maybe even I'm sure sometimes in the maybe personal life, but having someone to reach out to and having someone to help it can definitely be big, especially for the newer agents, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. And especially, I deal more in the commercial spectrum of things. So, the deals are more specialized, or they have different needs, different asset classes. So, I've been blessed to be able to sell, all the asset classes, multifamily, industrial, retail, development, office. There's not a deal that I haven't, underwritten or seen in the past 20 years.
Absolutely. I love that. And that's great experience for those, like I said, those newer guys, looking to get set in the market. They have someone at their disposal that's, done it all. Can really help make that transition a lot easier, if they're coming from another industry, or maybe they're, 18, just getting started at maybe one of their first jobs.
Yeah,
It can definitely make it a smooth transition for them. That's awesome.
absolutely.
Oh, great, great. And the only other question I had on the attraction side, do you guys look at anything? Like I know you mentioned, adding in 3 agents this month. You guys look at anything like later this year or anything like that to start to like boost up recruiting there?
Yeah, like I said, I think my recruiting method is a lot slower because, I work on the commercial side. So, not a lot of agents, have the capital to be, in commercial.
Yeah.
One of the tools that we use is CoStar. CoStar is $800 a month. You know what I mean? So it's like, I always say that that's my Mercedes payment right there. So,
Yeah.
not every agent has the capital, to have that tool in their wheelhouse.
Oh yeah.
So, CoStar is an essential tool, to compete with the big guys, like CBREs, the Marcus and Millichaps, the Lee and Associates of the world, because those are big companies that are well capitalized, and, I'm still a boutique firm. But like I said, I just see, my team as a Navy SEAL team. We've been able to make some noise with some of the sales that we've done. Our highest sell in the office was $18 million, up until this day. So, you have to have the tools in commercial to compete.
Absolutely.
Technology definitely levels the playing field, but you have to be able to withstand, and have the capital till you get to those bigger deals, and be able to make more money to stay in the game.
Absolutely. I know I couldn't agree more. And then we'll dive a little bit into kind of the future vision and growth. So what's the next step for you guys? Where is the company headed? In the kind of near future.
Yeah, so we're going after bigger deals. I think that the space that we want to be in is 20 million to 50 million. I think that we want to make some noise in that space. So that the near goals are to attack more of that space, and um, and make a name for ourselves in that range, and continue to grow from then. Not to say that we're not looking at bigger deals, but some of the bigger deals take a lot more time, and I kind of always compare it to holding on to that ball to get to the end zone. And sometimes that could be very difficult with some of the bigger deals, because you know you could put in 4 months, 5 months into a deal, and then you don't close it. You didn't make no money in 5 months because you're
Yeah,
focusing on that one deal. So, I always tell my agents, try to have multiple balls in the air, and you'll hit different targets. But with some of the bigger deals, sometimes it takes so much time. You're reading 100 leases, making sure that you're doing all the due diligence to be able to be educated about the deal, to be able to properly um, give advice to your client.
absolutely, absolutely. One, and that was kind of more close or more near future. What let's say 2025 just kicked off, so 5 years down the road, we're kicking off 2030. Where do you see yourself? Where do you see the company at that point?
I think in the next 5 years, we'll probably grow to 50 agents. That's kind of my goal, is to grow the but have 50 solid agents. There's a lot of companies, my competitors, that they just recruit anyone and anybody, and they just try to get the fees so they're able to pay for whatever it is they have to pay for. But
Building
you
or
know
yeah,
I want to have successful agents. I want to have agents that are passionate about the industry, and want to be in the game, want to compete, and want to win.
absolutely. I love that. I love that. And then, well, let's give some advice to some of the newer brokerage owners. Maybe just getting started in today's market. What would be your advice for them? What would be the best first steps for them to take?
Don't shy away from cold calling.
Oh yeah,
That's the cheapest lead that you're gonna get. And the contact with the ownership. Make sure that you have your schedule right. Week in, week out. Make sure what time you're time blocking to make these cold calls, and figure out what times you're having more success in getting in touch with people. Make sure that you have a target area that you want to be the number one agent in.
oh yeah,
Kind of what you call your backyard, so you're able to get recognition, and have that geographic area come to you for their real estate needs. Those are the major things that I would say to new brokerages. Just make sure that you have a plan coming into it and how you're going to attack it, and stay motivated. Read some good books. At least 10-15 minutes in the morning. You listen to some podcasts like yourself. Where you
oh
can
yeah.
get information, and be able to apply the knowledge that you get from different people around the world into your business. And yeah, just go after it head on every day, and you know never shy away. You're gonna have bad days, you're gonna have good days. Don't get too high when it's good, don't get too low when it's bad. Just stay level headed, and just keep bobbing and weaving.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, and that's coming from someone that maybe got started in one of the toughest markets we've ever seen in most of our lifetimes, right? So if we're getting started today and we apply those same principles, it can definitely take us a long way. Obviously, right?
Yeah.
Love it, love it. Well, awesome. Hey, this has been an incredibly awesome podcast. I know the viewers will really appreciate the commercial perspective, and also the perspective of I can't tell you I've maybe done let's say 60 podcasts or so. I only know a couple of the people that got started right in 2008. And still have the a success story, still able to be triumphant and push through kind of that tougher time. So that's really awesome. That's really great to share with those guys getting started in today's market. If Reyes could do it back in 08, you could do it now. You have a much easier opportunity or better opportunity, I would say. We might have had back in 2008. So that's awesome.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm blessed. I'm in California. We're one of the biggest markets in the world. But like I said, just wherever you're at, in the world or in the United States, know your market, know who the players are, and get in front of their face. Everybody, that they're, if you're in the residential side, then, know your market, know who the landlords are, and make your brand recognizable as much as possible. For residential, there's so many things that you could do, to get your name out there. Door knocking, like I said, choosing your area that you want to grow your name in. In commercial, it's just knowing who the players are,
Yeah.
knowing who's buying, who's actively buying, what real estate trusts are purchasing, what institutional players are in your market. So, knowing all that information is essential to continuously molding your plan, and but keeping the same goal.
Absolutely. I love that. I love that. Well, and let the people know too, Reyes, if they're located out, with you in California, maybe looking to, get a new home, get into a, bigger property. Or if, they're an agent making that move over to California, where can they find you at?
I'm located in East LA. I'm right here by Cal State LA. 5 minutes away from downtown. I'm 5 minutes east of downtown.
Nice.
That's where my office is located. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, I'm Realty Group Advisors and SoCal Loans. With the SoCal Loans, I lend nationwide. We do SBA, 7A, 504. We do equipment financing. We do lines of credit. So for any business owners that want to buy their first building, we do have programs up to 100% financing on the commercial side. So yeah, just let me know. I'm here to answer any questions, and I'm always more willing to help people in the business, man, because that's how we're going to continue the new generation getting into the business and continue helping every generation thereafter.
Nice. I love that. Do you have any social medias anywhere they can contact you if they're in the area there?
Yeah. So we have RGA properties. We have SoCal.loans. Mine is Reyes_broker on Instagram. That's mainly one of the platforms that we use, but we're starting to use some of the other platforms. Yeah, everything's connected with Facebook, and we have our LinkedIn as well. So yeah, that's where you're able to find us.
Nice. Hey, great. We'll link everything down below, guys, as well. So if you have any questions for us, you're in that California market looking to, get into some different properties, looking to, maybe find a new broker, new home. Reyes will, from what we learned today, Reyes will take care of you guys out there. That's awesome. That's I really appreciate you coming out today. Was there anything else you'd like to share with them about, where they could find any emails, anything like that for the guessing and closing there?
Yeah, so my email is r.mejia@rgaproperties.com. For the financing is r.mejia@socal.loans. Everyone that's listening to this podcast, like I said, just stay vigilant, attack the market. Don't think that it's going to come to you every single day. It's a hustle. Just know that you got to come after it, and be relentless, and everything that you want out of this business will come to you, but you just got to give it your all.
Absolutely. I love that. Love that. And like I said, guys, we'll link everything down below. So thank you again, Reyes, for coming out today, sharing with us some of your time and your experiences in the real estate industry. That was really awesome. I know that'll be helpful for a lot of brokers, just kind of getting started in the market.
Oh, awesome. Hey, thank you very much for having me on your podcast, man. Nothing but success and blessings in 2025 for you guys.
Absolutely.
But yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.